Hello everyone and welcome to the Trade Ideas Live Trading Room recap for Wednesday, October the 17th. My name is Barry Anderson, moderator of your trading room. Any questions for me? This is the email address you can use. Link to get into our free room, 100% free. You do not have to be a member of Trade Ideas to be in our free trading room. I open the room at about 9 o'clock. That's when Eastern time. That's when I start to share my screen. Get live on the mic at about 9:05. Go to 3:30 Mondays to Thursdays, 3 o'clock on Fridays. This is a subscription link. You'll also see a link for our test drive that is coming up less than 2 weeks from now, October 29th. That's a Monday. For $8.88, you'll be able to have access to our full program, just as if you were a premium subscriber. Full, meaning yes, Holly, yes, real time, yes to everything, okay? For 5 full trading days, starting on October 29th. Now, again, please listen to me carefully. If you do sign up today, basically what you're doing is pre-registering. So you will not get data. You will not get live data or anything like that, all right? Not until October the 29th. So you're pre-registering now. So please do not inundate our support people saying, hey, how come I don't have any data? All right. Well, first of all, I am wildly excited about what Holly is doing right now. But I will take a look at this one. This was not a Holly alert. This is one, unfortunately, that I missed. I didn't miss it. I saw it here. This came on the low floaters on the move. Let me just show you where many in the room are in this one. I was concentrating a little more on Holly this morning, but you can see right there, low floaters on the move, Yico at 193 at 9:31, so just after the market opened. I'll click on the link, I'll click on the alert, and you'll see there it was, and had a lot of time. Remember, this is a 15-minute chart. Had a lot of time to get in. The original alert was about a 193. A lot of time to get in. Once it took out 2, look at what it did, and a lot of people are in this one in the room. So again, it's not all about my telling you what to buy and sell. There were plenty who were looking at this. I was probably distracted on this move and didn't want to chase it. But anyway, lots, and I mean, this, you know, every time one of these happens, you think, well, it can never happen again. But it's amazing how many times this can happen. The reason why this one is happening is well, there is a little bit of news, but the main reason is that it's a 2.3 million share float. So, you know, when you get a little bit of news and people for whatever reason decide, okay, this is the one for today, this is what can happen. Now, they can fall as quickly as they went up. But let's get to Holly and how interesting this is. And I'm going to show you a little wrinkle. Now, I am in this one, NEOS. I'm just, okay. So the alert was at, let me see where the alert was. Right there at 420, okay? Now, I didn't get into this one until right about here. I wanted to wait. I think if you look on the daily chart, yeah, I wanted to wait for this to be taken out, that little high there, okay? So I ended up getting in this one at 425. And, you know, again, just because Holly gives you the alert at 420 doesn't mean that and if you don't get in at 420, I sometimes just wait for them to set up a little bit better. Set up a little bit better for me right here. And now we'll see what happens. But the interesting thing is, let me show you. Does this make sense? Yeah, I wish I had a... Okay. So you see where it says 333 shares. You know what? I'm going to back up a little bit. This is something that you may not be aware that we've added. We added it this week. I don't think I really went over it. So if you click on in the toolbar and options, and you see where it says AI trade size, click on that. Here are your various options. So you can say, okay, every Holly alert I get, or every Holly alert, I want to see if I took, say, added $3,000 or took $3,000 per trade. Or you could say 500 shares per trade. Okay, I mean, obviously this is user defined. What I've done is, and I'm trying to make the math really easy. Let's say I just risk $100 per trade. That to me makes more sense than going in at a dollar amount or a share amount, because if you do that on every trade, your risk is going to be all over the place for every trade. And my opinion is that your risk you should keep your risk per trade about the same. All right, that's my opinion. You don't want to do that, that's fine. So anyway, so the risk now is $100 per trade. So that's why when I look at this now, well, here's the math is really simple. Look at HCC. So the alert was at 25.50. The stop was at 29.25. That was the Holly generated stop. All right, 25 cents away. I'm looking at this one because the math is simple. So it's a 25-cent stop. Remember now, I've said every trade I want to risk only $100. So it automatically tells me how many shares I can buy. I can buy 400 shares because I've got a 25-cent stop. Obviously 400 times 25 is $100. So this number, if you put in, say, 100, 200, 300, whatever your share size, of course, will dictate how much you're willing to risk per trade, then automatically it'll tell you how many shares you should buy. All right, so I think it's a very cool feature. And then, if you look at Holy Grail, for instance, what this is telling me is that if I risked $100 on the 8 trades, 1, 2, 3, 4, I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 trades, okay? If I risked $100 per trade and I kept in all the trades, still I'd be at $559. Yes, it doesn't include commissions, and yes, it does not include slippage, all right? You may not get in right, at the alert. But that is I think anyway, it's a way, way better way of looking at it than what we had before, which was just like, you're up $2.34. And that was assuming you bought 1 share in each. So yeah, you'd multiply by 100, and that would get you how much if you bought 100 shares of each. My way of thinking, it's way better to use a risk amount. And because that's more, to me anyway, that's more real world. I am one who doesn't vary my risk per trade very often. I say in the room that let's just for argument's sake, say I want to risk $100 a trade. Now, if I see a setup that I think is, a little bit better than like my premium setup, maybe I risk 125. And again, I'm just using these numbers as, round numbers. How much you risk is completely up to you, depending on your account size, of course. So I may vary it, but I wouldn't vary it like this. If I were risking $100 per trade, and all of a sudden I see something I think is a really good setup, I'm not all of a sudden going to risk $1,000 on that trade. Okay, it's almost like when you're playing blackjack. If you count cards a little bit, sometimes you think the deck is a little more in your favor, so of course you bet a little bit more. That's all that is. But anyway, this has been Holly has been now a revelation to me, because if you've been in the room, I don't take every Holly trade. There are days I take none. I've been very, very comfortable taking the setups from the scans that I've produced. But I'm telling you, there may come a time. I mean, look at this. I mean, this is just a great percentage move. It's up 3%, 4% right now. I'm not in at 420. I'm in at 425, but that's okay. I'm not going to beat myself up because I'm not in at 420. I didn't want it at 420. I wanted it at 425 because it was close to the highs that in my opinion, it had to break. So I am getting very, very, very excited about using Holly now. I mean, as I said, there could be a time where that's all I do. Yes, will I miss the Yikos and things like that fly? But if you're a new trader, everything is set up for you. Your risk is all set up for you. And as long as you follow it and are disciplined, man, this Holly could prove to be just a fantastic investment for you. So anyway, I want to get back into the room. This has been so exciting. This will keep my interest all day now, because these prove to be great watch lists for the day. And in fact, I've missed this one. Momenta was an alert here. Did not get stopped out on the stop hit, but now look at it starting to move. Okay. Now the other thing I'm doing, I know I'm kind of jumping around here. Look at it moving now. There was the alert at 1482. The other thing I'm going to do, and I can't share this with you because this is a symbol list, all right? But what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to take I'm going to take some of the Holly alerts from today, not all of them, because I have a certain price range that I like to follow, and I will put them into an alert window so I can track the Holly alerts today, tomorrow. And basically what I've done is I have created, I created a symbol list called Holly Next Day, and I've basically, and I'll fill it then with the ones I want from today, and I'll track them tomorrow, and I basically just attach it to this. And it's very simple. I mean, I'm just looking for new highs and new lows, and I want it to be up or down at least 1%, so some movement, and at least 50,000 shares. And that could happen right at the beginning of the day. So it could be situations where Holly has a second day continuation, either up or down. So anyway, I'm really excited about Holly going forward. I think this is the breakthrough that we needed, to have all three Hollys at once, to have the risk per trade there. I think that is just a really, really great addition. So I want to get back into the room and keep an eye on that NEOS. So I'm going to bring back the capture program. So any questions for me, this is the email address you can use. I open the room at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, free room, and completely free. You don't have to be a member of Trade Ideas. And again, click on that link and you'll see the link for the test drive that starts a little less than a week from now, October 29th. So I hope everybody has a great evening, and hope to see you in our trading room tomorrow. Bye-bye.